this is Paul. Yeah. You know, the indigent status. Yeah. hmm I was an indigent on Guam. Richard Dirks. Yeah. hmm Somehow my wife thought I got a job from the time that I lived on Guam until I moved to my grandmother's house. Mm. And then she thought I got a job when living at 1023 Kitchen Dick Road. Yeah. And she thought that I got a job when she had me arrested on the 27th. Yes. For the entrapment. Pooch! The fraud, the coercion. Now, I just want to mention this $81,615. Yeah. Anytime a defendant, Pooch, is eligible for court ordered indigent status. Yeah. The immediate response from child support should be $50 a child. Mm-hmm. And of course, if they're able to be employed after the court hearings, yes, then it can be increased because of either party motioning the court. That $81,615. Yeah. Uh, that's a grand larceny. Poop. Now, Judge Ken Williams, when hearing the petition for dissolution of marriage, yeah, and approving it, then it was assigned to the family law commissioner, Brent Baston. Yeah. Brent should have immediately taken into consideration that when petitioning the court for a renewing of the protection order on May 31st of 2015, being named as a defendant, there's a question of who's representing the defendant. Indigent law firms. Now, I would say that continuing to hear the dissolution of marriage at that time, yeah. Not when you're an indigent. It should have been put on hold. Yes. We should have waited until the end of the trial to find out if I was guilty or not guilty. Yes. And then when petitioning for dissolution of marriage, we should have used the court-ordered indigent status, asking for verification of actual employment. Yes. Assets, income. Now, obviously, vouch right now. Grand larceny. Contempt of court. Yeah. Contempt of court. For the default dissolution of marriage, yes. For petitioning the court for renewing of a protection order for the false accusation, yes. Without submitting to the court any documentation of the defendant as being accused of violating the protection order, yes. And the right to know the indigent status right now of the defendant, yes. The family law commissioner should have realized, yes. You said, minute order. Who is it that's representing the defendant in the case? Yes, Washington State versus Paul C. Budnick. The public defender is. Means I have no money. Yes. And that means that I can't pay $1,500 a month in child support. That undue hardship that they talk about in child support cases. Yeah. I would say that having a child support obligation at the same time as being an indigent, yes, does present an undue hardship to myself and my sons. Approach when the court doesn't realize the need to sue. Now, court actions under Chapter 26, which shall best verified signed confidential information, parenting plans, a decree of dissolution, marriage, partnership, so on and so forth. Yes.